If you like Evos and Jap cars, you're going to like this one. We're doing a bit of a tour at the moment, and we're back with Richard looking at his personal car, and he's taken me to a garage that I was not expecting at all. So I've been blindsided by this one. However, we've got rather a nice Evo 5 here that's had quite a lot of money spent on it, but in all the right places. So if you are a proper petrol head, you're going to like this one. Let's have a look around, mate. It's sorted. Where are we, by the way? Because you've taken us to a very random location.
So this is a little sort of hideaway with some toys in, I guess you'd say.
Are these all yours?
They're not all mine. They're mine and Carly's and Steve's.
Right, okay. Steve.
So Steve, business partner.
Your business partner?
Correct.
Right, okay.
Yes.
Right. This is your motor, and I can see a GT3 there. Is that a GT3 RS?
It is, yes.
Wise Tech.
Yeah.
New one as well, I can tell by the slits on the roof and the spoiler, to be fair. What a man cave. Where's the bar? Mate, you guide me through it because you blindsided me with this garage. Are we talking about the Evo first? Are we doing a little walkie walk? What do you want to do?
We'll do whichever you want to do
Let's
first.
do a walkie walk before we go into
Okay.
how incredible that car is. Genuine Mexico?
Mark 1 Mexico, fully restored. A few upgrades here and there, like nice brakes on it and things like that. Steve likes yellow cars, and I knew that he was looking for a nice Mark 1 Mexico, and I said, we've just been offered this. Do you want it before I do anything else with it? So yeah, we travelled down, viewed it, finished a few jobs on it, and it's been with him since.
Unbelievable. I know that's yours because you told me about it.
Yes,
and I can see the track day stickers.
Yeah, so that's mine and Carly's sort of track day, but road legal car.
Okay, yes.
Mark 7 Golf Club Sport, done quite a lot to it. Mainly brakes and handling.
Okay.
A little bit of power, so it's 400.
Okay.
And
were they all manuals?
No. So the Club Sport S was manual only.
Okay.
That was one of the reasons. Although I used to take the mick out of people who had DSGs.
Yes.
But DSG was one of the reasons why we went Club Sport and not Club Sport S.
Interesting.
Because we knew that we wanted to run a bit more power, and read a lot of things about what clutches you have to run in the Club Sport S to take the power, and that was one of the reasons we sold the previous track car, which was a Megane.
Okay.
The clutch we had to have in it and the diff we had to have in it.
Oh,
so we were like, DSG, it'll take the power, we can have the gearbox mount.
You know where you're at. Yes.
Yeah. And also the Club Sport comes with rear seats, and obviously with Sky, you know, our daughter, we want to be able to take a plate. We just, when we do track, put the track wheels on, take the rest of the interior out.
Okay.
When it's on the road, we put the road wheels back on and the interior back in.
Perfect. The perfect track car. What about like an E46 M3?
You'd have to do a lot to keep up with this.
Right,
and also, this is reliable. You know, we're going to do the NC 500 next year, and it's just a really reliable car.
On you
exactly.
Go. Yeah,
you know, cruise control.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just a lot more usable.
You're getting old.
Agreed.
There we go. You managed to get there in the end. But no, cool car, really capable. What are you running?
And what tyre-wise?
Oh, great shout.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
We had 888Rs on the Megane, and I prefer these.
A lot of people say that. Yeah.
888Rs I found took a while to come on.
Yes.
You'd get 2-3 laps where it felt really good, and then it'd feel like they've overheated and you're just sliding around everywhere.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Low, and I know it's not about that, but cheaper as well.
Yes.
Than a 888 as well.
Yeah. Brakes are mega. That's one of its sort of party pieces on track.
Yes. So I looked at those for the Impreza, ended up going down APs. APs for it, and then different ones at the rear. Mark 1 GTR, Mark 1?
Yes, early Mark 1 GTR this.
Okay, yes.
I like the fact Steve does this because I can remember all the details then.
Yeah, go on, Steve.
24,000 miles. It's such a nice car, this. Yeah, sold it to a collector in Ireland, ended up with it coming back, and now it's here. Got to be one of the best original ones out there.
And is this to sit on it and enjoy looking at it, and eventually it's going to be worth £1 million?
Well, that'd be nice.
Yeah. I'm an optimistic car dealer. Okay, get that. Right. Is this Civic? Is it a Civic?
No, this is a Corolla. This is a...
Okay. How naive of me. Yeah, twin
Corolla
cam.
GT, with the old twin cam 16 down the side.
Yes.
Again, this has been here a while, but you don't see good ones then. The interior is lovely.
And these have all been, unfortunately, battered around Bradford, because now you said what it is, I know exactly what it is.
Yeah,
And growing up in the 90s and early noughties, these are the cars that got thrashed about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same with where I grew up in Nottingham. You'd see them just getting hammered at Mansfield.
Yeah.
Urban Edition Defender.
Yes.
The only vehicle to make walking feel like a pleasure.
Yeah, nicely put. Yes. Yeah, nowhere to put your right arm.
Yeah, no, they are cool. I'm joking.
No, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually used this quite a lot previously for towing, and it was good, just not that comfy on long journeys.
Yeah, absolutely.
But super cool, especially this, with all the bits on and in black.
Yeah.
So there's a Starion.
Look at the mileage.
Yeah, 13,800 miles. So this I brought over from Japan.
Yes.
Saw it going through in Japan, really high grade, mega low miles. I've looked at a lot of Starions. I've always loved the look of them.
Yeah.
Especially the wide body.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I quite like them in red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It turned up from Japan. It was in our car park with this, and Steve came over, and he was like, "How much are you selling that for?"
Yeah.
I told him, he was like, "I'll have it."
No
He'd always
mucking about.
wanted one, and now it's here.
Isn't there a story here, something to do with the Beetle?
Go
I'm
on.
going to Google it and put a link in, and I can't remember what the story is. But there's a story. If you know the story, put a comment in the comments below.
Very original, 25,000 miles,
Factory
UK right-hand drive.
Very cool. Well, what the hell is that doing in here? It's got to be his first car or someone's first car.
Nowadays, Steve, he runs his other company, and I
Okay.
sort of ran with this. But when we used to go to the auctions, if we went to an auction,
Yes.
Steve had to buy something.
I had to. I'm
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he'd be like, "Rich, what do you think?" I'd be like, "Look at it. Come on. No.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrible."
I've got to get home somehow.
But he had this thing of, I need to buy something. So this, to be fair, was like a one owner. I think it was like 12,000 miles.
Okay.
I think it was like £2,000. He was like, "I'm just going to get that for if I ever need someone's car breaks down and I need to borrow a
It's just
car."
a nice thing to have about.
that probably
Sentimental
needs to-
attachment.
No.
Yeah, it's just here. It's just here. Okay, modern.
That's a friend's Porsche.
All right, okay, cool.
VX220 turbo with 800
It's
miles.
a turbo. 800 miles.
Yeah.
Correct engine as well. Because they did a 2.2 as well, did they
They
not?
did.
Carriage, oh dear. So owner passed away and it's just sat in storage. Probably the only one that hasn't been hammered round a roundabout near McDonald's. Great cars. Never driven one.
Likewise, I've never driven this one.
Have you not? Right,
No.
okay. Not many people have, judging by the mileage. What a cool looking thing. How ahead of the time were they when they brought that out?
Yeah.
I
Actually really liked them.
I do, yeah. Competitive to the Elise, wasn't it, basically?
Yeah. A lot of people said that these drove better than the Elise.
Okay.
I did have an Elise and I did drive that.
But just as difficult to get in and out of.
Yeah.
And we're coming to something special here, mate.
Yes.
Tell me it's a twin turbo manual.
This is a twin turbo manual. I brought this over from Japan.
Alex is completely bamboozled by what this is. This is like the holy grail for a lot of people, isn't it?
So there's 19,000 miles, unmodified, twin turbo manual, pre-facelift.
Is that a good thing? Pre-facelift or?
It kind of depends. Some people prefer facelift, some
Right,
people
okay.
prefer pre-facelift. But either way, the mileage and the condition,
Yeah.
it's very rare
Special.
like that.
Very
Yeah.
special. That's got to
Very
be
nice
the
car.
States would be all over that, surely.
Yeah, the problem is the States got the Supra. So you could get a US spec Supra twin turbo
Oh,
left-hand
right,
drive.
okay.
Whereas what we were saying earlier with the R34s,
Yes.
they didn't get them. And that's why the prices are
I had
through
no
the roof.
idea they got hold of them.
Yeah. So there's US spec Supras. So the prices on these have gone up quite a lot, but they're not quite where the R34s are.
100 grand?
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every part of me wants to put a massive turbo on it.
It's funny
And
because
anti-lag.
you drive that and you kind of go, I can see why this was fantastic.
Yes.
But today, that needs more,
Yeah.
But
Don't ruin that one, please.
we're building one, which
Yeah.
isn't at the, that's at Paint. We're
Okay.
building a Fast and Furious tribute
Brilliant.
/ rep. Again, episode 1 is on our YouTube, and that's going to be about 800. Like, it's a tribute, but to a proper spec. Like,
Okay, cool.
We're doing a proper
bright
one.
orange with the graphics
Yeah,
on
the
side.
right colour, right graphics, right wheels. We've had all new barrels and lips made, so
Yeah.
them wheels fill the arches properly.
Yeah, done right.
We're doing it, but like how you do it today.
Great reg.
Yeah, 2.2 VTEC,
Subtle.
12,000 miles, one owner,
UK car as well.
pre-facelift.
Again, all of these have been absolutely battered, haven't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Did they have an option on spoilers on these, or am I making that up in my head?
I might be wrong, but I think you had to pay to delete it.
Yeah, so
I
rare.
think. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, do you want the big spoiler?
Yeah.
No, I'll pay to get rid of it.
Cool
Speaking
cars.
of large spoilers, I love this.
The DRS. Yeah.
Oh, great colour as well.
This is the launch colour. I
Oh, is
forget
it
what
the
it's
launch?
called. Yeah. So yeah, this is Steve's baby.
And it looks like he uses it properly.
Yes, Carly's driven it on track more than anyone else. When we did gas on track last year, they came over and said, we're going to send some supercars out on track. And because we were an event partner, they said, do you want to take that out? Carly said to me, she was like,
Yes.
yes, but
I'm scared.
she said, will you come out with me? So I think there was us, there was a Ferrari, is it an F8?
Okay, yeah, Tributo or whatever.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
are. Yeah.
I think there was an 812,
Cool.
Aventador SVJ,
Cool.
and I think there was a McLaren. So there was like 5, maybe
Yeah.
6 cars. That's it.
On the entire track?
yeah, yeah.
Which track was it again, sorry?
At Silverstone.
Silverstone.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, okay. Yeah,
Carly's never driven Silverstone, never driven this on track, but she did do really well. She was going for it, and when we came off,
good on her.
Steve was like, what's happened to my tyres? And I was like, that's what happens when they get hot. You
Yeah,
know, she
yeah.
chewed them all up. And,
Yeah, well, yeah.
and then we went to a Porsche-only track day with this. Steve went out in it, Carly went out in it, then I went out in it, drove it on track. I'd never driven it. I got 2 corners in, Carly was passenger, got 2 corners in on my out lap, warming up lap.
Yeah,
I
sighting
looked at
lap.
Carly, I was like, this car's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I can tell already.
Immediately.
We did some quick laps around there, and that was a good day.
For me, if I had, well, for a track car, obviously this is
Yes,
the one,
yeah.
isn't it? I think there's a lot to be said for the GT3.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a more of a do everything sort
Mm-hmm.
of thing. But God, what a fantastic looking thing.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you've done Nürburgring.
No, never.
Have you never been?
Nope.
Ah. Thought it was into cars. I've been once, mate, and I've never driven it. But when we're standing and watching them go on YouTube corner where everyone stands,
Mm-hmm.
and the GT3s and 3 RSs sounded incredible, and then the 2 RSs came round because they're turbocharged.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen as many of those fancy wings in my life.
So this is a Mines built R34 GTR.
Okay.
Do you know who Mines are?
I've heard of mines.
Yeah. So they were quite famous for making rapid R34s back in the day.
Right, okay.
They're demo cars, which I think I'm right in saying there is or was 3 of, I think.
Okay.
I'm sure their main one sold for like £1 million or $1 million US, something
Wow.
like that.
Right, okay.
Or it's worth $1 million US, I'm sure I read that. Anything Mines is worth good money.
Gold mine.
This is one owner car in Japan, built and maintained by Mines its whole life.
Oh, God.
All the paperwork, all the invoices, everything to back it up.
And a Cortina with fluffy dice.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Oh, pretty.
So,
also,
yeah,
it's
it's just
still
lovely.
twin turbo.
Yeah, twin turbo, yeah.
Okay.
So Mines are very much about like responsiveness and, you know, rather than outright power,
Okay.
they're much more about responsiveness, power low down, you know, less
Yeah.
lag. Yeah, their
Okay.
circuit cars were amongst the quickest over in Japan at the time.
God, the amount of trickle chargers you've got running about in your garages, mate, is insane. It costs
yeah.
you a fortune.
And then, yeah, another old yellow Ford.
Another old yellow Ford with a vinyl roof.
Again,
Cool.
low mileage.
This is where
Very
I
nice
get a little
looking.
bit lost with cars.
Yeah,
Because I know what it is, I get it, it's nice, but I have no lust for it.
I know what you mean. And I think that is why me and Steve work quite well as a partnership.
Yeah.
Because he knows this type of stuff
Yes,
and I know that type of stuff.
get it.
So it works well.
Yeah, good on you. Makes sense. I do like this, though.
Yeah, you know, he's put that
this is
on, he's put the
classy.
fluffy dice in and
Yes.
stuff.
We like the AA.
But it's,
You'd like to sponsor us. We've done a long tour, but we are leading on to the very reason that we're here, which is this. Now, I'm a Subaru boy.
save best till last.
Save the best till last, yeah, we do say. I don't see an Impreza in here. Okay, so this is your baby, or yours
Mine and Carly's.
and Carly's baby.
Yeah.
I'm dying to look under the bonnet. Can we look
Okay.
under the bonnet?
Yeah.
Because I know you've done a lot. Hit you with the stats. Power
At 1 bar, 480.
at 1 bar.
At 2 bar, 626. And then we got like a Motec controller for lots of increments in between.
And do you leave it? Oh, it's clean, mate. Of course it's going to be clean. Do you run it on V-power? Or
yes,
do
yeah,
you...
yeah, it's on just normal V-power.
Not funky fuel at all?
No, just go to the pump, fill it up.
Oh, God, that's a clean build. Oh, so you've gone white line. Is that white line? Strut tops?
This, oh no, Olin's.
Olin's? Oh,
yes.
Of course it is. Wow. I love it. So that's interesting because most people go white. So that's coated, isn't it?
Yeah,
logically.
that's the Zerkatech.
Ah, is that who you used for it?
Yeah.
Interesting. Because they've been reaching out to me about my Subaru, but I ran out of money.
Oh, okay.
And because it does apparently make a huge difference, doesn't it, for your
and these do get
temps.
hot in the engine bays.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Yeah. Me and Carly have had quite a few Evos.
Yes.
And always said about having a yellow one, and we're like, want to build a yellow one. Every time we sold an Evo, we're like, yeah, it's the right decision, put the money into the house, put it into this, whatever.
Yes.
And then we go, oh, I want an Evo. So we said, I bought a silly car from Japan.
Okay.
Which was,
Something
do you
like
know what? Yeah. Do you know what an Aristo is?
No.
It's kind of a four-door Supra.
Okay.
Like a Lexus GS300,
Right,
the
okay.
later shape one.
Yes.
But they have a 2JZ in them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Put that in anything, I'll have it.
yeah, exactly, yeah. This one was manual converted because they're autos.
Okay.
Big single turbo, massive spec, 600 horsepower, plated diff. You know, it had all the bits on, big brakes, cool wheels, cool seats. And I was like, oh, I fancy that. I've always wanted a 2JZ with a big turbo and a screamer.
Yes. Yeah. Who hasn't?
Yeah. I spoke to Carly, she was like, terrible idea, but you're going to do it. So, so got it here. I thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. Fourth gear sideways, you know, it just...
The nut, I can hear it.
Yeah, exactly, 2JZ.
Yeah, screaming.
And then we were kind of like, doesn't go around corners, does it? We like corners.
Okay, fair enough, because you track day stuff.
Yeah. Then we're like, you know what, let's sell it.
Yeah.
And let's just build an Evo and keep it.
Okay, so this is a forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of why we said, right, we're going to do the spec that we want. We're going to build it like for us.
Yes.
Not with selling it in mind, not with shows in mind. We're just going to build our Evo.
Yes.
And that's what we've done.
So what have we done spec-wise then? Like the headline stuff without getting into the nitty-gritty, because I know we can go on.
Obviously, it's bare shell build. This was a complete bare shell underneath in here. We've gone silly like little things.
Yes.
For example, like to give you an idea, this bracket here would normally square off, and it's got a little captive.
Okay.
So we sat this next to a completely standard Evo 6, and we're like, well, we know we don't need that bracket. We know we don't need that hole here. So we wanted it to be like OE++.
Now, is that to aesthetically look good or to save a little bit of weight because you've been anal?
No, it's to look like it should have been like that.
Okay,
if
fair
that
enough.
makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does make sense. Yeah.
So there's no captives anywhere that aren't used, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, because you're removing some parts, so why have it on anymore?
We did the shell.
Yeah.
That was painted by Madder Customs. Engine-wise, so it's a 2.3 stroker billet crank, Jun 272 cams from memory, Kigley valve springs.
Cammed, right.
Ported head, obviously different inlet manifold, drive-by-wire throttle body,
cool.
radium, fuel rail, fuel pressure reg, ID 1050 injectors, Garrett turbo. It's kind of like between a GT30 and 35. It's like a
That's
big
a nice
GT30.
spot to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like a really laggy car.
35s are notorious for it. Yeah.
Obviously, HKS adjustable pulleys.
I love this, by the way, this
the clear cover.
Yeah.
See, so the engine was built by Gary at APT, who's been amazing. When it comes to Evos, he's kind of a bit of a wizard. He spec'd it for us. He's like, this is what you want. This is how to do it. This is what we'll do.
This will work for you.
This will be the car that you want.
Yes.
And I said to him, I was like, I might put a clear cam cover on there because then I can see the purple pulleys.
Me money.
And yeah. And the belt.
Yes.
It did have a black belt on. And he was like, oh, no, don't fit a clear one. He was like, they go brittle, they crack, they break. When I took it over there for mapping,
yeah.
I opened the bonnet and he was like, oh, and you've even put a purple belt on it as well.
If it's going to be yours and how you want it, I understand that.
Well, he's very much function.
Yes.
And I'm function with a bit of...
Yeah, of course. You're going to look at it and go, really like that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got to be arousing in ways, isn't it?
So gearbox was built, by Gary. Basically, it's a standard 5-speed, all new bearings and seals and everything. RS transfer box, RS rear diff, Motec ECU.
Yeah. Which you said he was hell-bent on you having a Motec in it.
Yes, so Gary does, he does Motec, yeah. Lail beat rush shifter.
Love that.
A lot of people look in there and they go, oh, it's sequential. Like, I've been down at shows, and I park it with the windows open, and I walk past and people will go, oh, it's got sequential. And I think, well, I'm not going to correct them.
No, not 10,000 quid. You can believe that. I'm the rest now for a sequential box.
Evo 9 wheel, an Evo 9 steering wheel doesn't fit an Evo 5 or 6.
Okay, this does.
Evo 9 GT seats. Headline and all the trim pillars have been retrimmed in Alcantara.
Motec, is that a Motec dash in there as well?
Dash.
Yeah.
Then we had the seatbelts rewebbed, black with the red pinstripes. The idea was like OE++. Like,
it's factory,
almost like a bit like a resto mod.
Yeah, okay, I get that.
Without the hundreds of thousands of pounds.
Wow, I don't know. You know what it reminds me of a little bit? That P25 interior.
That was kind of the inspiration behind it. Obviously, we can't afford to do that, but
no,
it was a bit of an inspiration, yeah.
It's just nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, feels modern, but absolutely doesn't look modern at all.
Yeah.
Love it. And the back is just the back of an Evo, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then the seatbelts just pick it out, don't they?
And then battery to boot conversion.
Yes.
I don't think there's much to show in there.
Love this carbon.
Stick your head underneath the back of it. Have a nose under there.
You're fucking... Why would you do this to me? They say you can eat your dinner off some cars underneath them, but I believe it on this. And this is something that you're going to drive and enjoy and use?
We've done, since we got it on the road in April, it spent a month back off the road again. 5 months, we've done about 2,500 miles in it.
Right, okay.
So we've used it.
So you've used it.
Yeah. And use it properly as well. It's got the Evo boot squeak.
Anything. Yeah, standard. Standard. Love that. Just all little bits, isn't it, that add up?
Yeah, it's like, we've done the purple on the... No one sees it, but we've done the purple on the rear one to match the front one.
It's there.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's class, is this, mate? It's just class. It's not too... Even though it's bright yellow, it's not too shouty. It's not too, look at everything I've done.
Yeah.
You've got to really look for it.
Mm-hmm. Enkais, we've got Olin suspension, Alcon brakes.
Oh, yeah, it's proper bits. And what's the plan over winter then? Are you going to winter store it then?
A few little changes. I think we're going to black the radiator.
Oh.
And maybe the strut brace as well. Maybe.
I like that. For me.
Yeah.
But everything's subjective, isn't it?
I quite like the fact that they stand out.
Yeah.
But part of me is like, should they be black? Bit different.
Well, you can always go back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently. Say you can't.
I think we're going to go a lighter shade on the wheels. Still bronze, but a lighter shade.
Okay, yeah, so a bit more Porsche, that Porsche colour.
Yeah, as soon as you get a bit of brake dust on this dark bronze, they just look black.
All right, okay.
So I think if they're a bit lighter, and when you take a picture, you don't really see the bronze.
Yeah,
they just look like a black wheel.
Yeah.
One of the things we did struggle with was the fuel pump.
Okay.
So we ran a 350, but at 2 bar, that was struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
With consistent dyno runs, the injectors were starting to work quite hard.
Bosch 44.
So we went Walbro 450.
Right, okay.
But there is no in-tank solution for an Evo 5 or 6. Off the shelf, there is for 8 and 9. Radium do a full conversion, so you can run a big fuel pump in the tank.
Could you not just go lift pump, swirl pop?
We didn't want to do that.
Right, okay.
We had that in the Megane. We wanted to keep it all out the boot and just in the tank.
Fair enough. Yeah,
and
okay.
Again, Garrett APT was like, well, brilliant, you've made my life easy, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly.
So we did loads of messing around. Custom fuel pump hanger by Gary.
Yes.
Took a lot of work, and about 4 weeks after, Radium announced that they were doing a conversion for Evo 5.6 off the shelf.
Sold them the blueprint.
Yeah. Gary sent me the link. He was like, can you believe it?
Oh.
So I think we're probably going to fit that.
Okay, yeah. Well, yours is 101. You were there first.
Yeah. Do you want me to start it?
Yes. I didn't want to ask. Yeah, I didn't want to ask, but yay. Can we launch it? It looks old, the car outside, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's doing it no favours in there, and it looks inside. It's like a sewing machine, isn't it, under there? Just
yeah, especially for a forged engine as well.
Yeah.
When
Obviously,
it comes off cold start, it's quite cammy as well, which is nice.
oh yeah.
I do like a cammy Evo. Yeah.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Is it going to cut out? I love the pipe as well. So can you put a baffle in there for tracks then? Is that?
Yeah, you can do. We have got that.
You know what it is? I've seen loads of photos that you've put on as you've done this build. Until you stand next to it, without sounding like I'm blowing smoke up your tailpipe. It looks mega on pictures, but stood here,
Yeah.
you can really appreciate how clean it is. I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's proper that.
I do love it.
It's not an unsafe place to put your dosh as well, is it?
No. So this is your standard triple layout on the Haltech, and then you set all of these parameters to what you want them to read.
I love that. It looks
down here. You got the double dash.
Love it in yellow as well.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, what a nod.
So that's an Evo 9 dash, which is, I quite like having that, but I never really use it.
With the rev counter in the centre.
Yeah, and then you got a race dash, which I've not finished setting up yet.
That's mega. So I've got a dash in my Subaru, but it's bloody tiny, and I've always thought about just getting a bigger dash for it.
Yeah.
Well,
I tend to leave it on there, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just the Haltech one, and you just set all of these parameters where you want them.
Yeah. And does it have launch control?
Yeah.
Have you ever used it?
No, not yet, because I kind of like my transfer box and diff and
this is the
gearbox
problem,
to be in one
isn't it?
place.
Yeah, we put it on the Subaru and they're just pops drive shafts. There's no point.
Yeah.
You don't get any benefit out of launching.
I did race the new Fireblade I've raced two bikes actually from the lights.
Up to 60.
Yeah, obviously. First one it wasn't a CB, it was the naked one. I forget what it's called, and I beat him. It was a good race.
Yes.
And once I was into third, I started going.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, you spooled him.
Yeah, and then we stopped at the bottom, and I was in medium boost, so I was in mode 5.
Yes.
And he stopped next to me. I was going left, he was going right, and I put my window down. He popped his visor up, and he was like, "What the f is in there?"
Yeah.
And I laughed. He said, "What power is it?" And in my head, I was like, don't say it. And then I went, I was in low boost.
Oh, you could have yeah. What a I love the fact there's no window tints in it.
Yeah, we did debate it.
No, I like it.
I quite like it. And I think it's nice when the sky's in the car, because you do get, with any Evo, and same with Subarus and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Whenever you're out in an Evo, everyone wants to push you along. Everyone wants a race.
Yes.
And when you've got your door in the car, they can see she's in there.
Yes.
And you kind of like, I'm not interested really.
Yeah. Only to 140.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I've got family. But no, I really appreciate you showing us around. But you did mention that you've got an even cooler collection than this to look at as well.
Maybe.
So we should take a little wander to another unit.
Yes.
So let you put it away, and you like this one. So as a little treat, obviously we've seen the Evo, fantastic. And you always ask the question, what sort of man would build a ludicrous car like that Evo? The sort of man that would be involved in this sort of stuff as well. So this is another one of your units. Obviously we've done another video talking about Richard's business in more detail, but wow. Talk me through what's in it. Yeah, what a cool setup. 22B.
Where should we start? Yeah, another 22B.
Yeah.
But that's Type UK. So one of 16 genuine official UK Pro Drive cars.
And the fog lights?
Yes.
Is that an option?
That's UK car.
Ah, that's your giveaway then.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and there's a few giveaways, so different headlights as well. These are the UK spec headlamps.
Yes, so the crystal sort of lights. Yeah. Okay, interesting.
They don't have a number plaque on the centre console. So the untampered with 22Bs, the Japanese cars, are numbered.
Okay.
The UK ones don't have a number plaque.
Okay, interesting.
And the UK ones are a bit weird because they're more collectible here, for sure.
Yeah.
But probably a little bit less collectible overseas.
Interesting.
Because this is UK spec.
Right, okay.
If that makes sense?
Yeah, no, that does make sense, yes.
Longer final drive, different lamps and stuff.
Oh, right, okay.
So as an example, the customer that I sold the 270 mile car to, who's like, any more low mileage 22Bs, let me know. We got offered a UK car, not this one, a different one. Mentioned that to him, he was like, we've no interest in the UK one.
That much of a difference?
But in this country, they do really well.
Okay, interesting. Shame we're all skint here, isn't it, really? Right, sorted. This is on my list of cars to own one day. And unfortunately, another car that's well out of the realms of possibilities. Clarkson had one of these, didn't he?
He loved it, yeah. Yeah, these are awesome. I'm not a big Merc man, if that makes sense.
I love an AMG. Soft spot.
Yeah, the reason I don't like AMGs, generally speaking, is every Merc bar one that I bought, I've lost money on.
Okay.
I don't think we necessarily have the audience for AMG Mercs.
Okay.
Except for, we did an E55, really low mileage.
Okay.
That was cool. And that did okay. And then this, this sort of thing is different though.
It's special. And were these a limited number?
I can't remember how many were made. There wasn't a lot of them.
Oh. So they're the 6.2, yeah. So it's the proper engine, I think. Yeah.
Awesome noise. It just wants to slide everywhere.
Ah. I quite like them in silver as well, actually. I'm not a big silver car guy. I like a C63 in silver. Glorious. This looks clearly from not here.
Yes, yeah, so this is fresh in. Really nice spec, again, low mileage. V-Spec 2, got quite a lot of Nismo bits on it.
Okay.
It's also got some Mines parts on it.
Okay.
It's got R34 brakes on it. Really nice spec car.
And again, it's got the wings. These wings are very...
Z-Tune wings,
If you didn't know, these wings, holy grail.
Yeah.
Just in case you didn't know, mate.
And Z-Tune bumper as well. It is lovely spec, this.
Gorgeous.
It's really nicely done, sort of subtle.
Unfortunately, it has been shadowed by another white car in here that's a little bit leery.
Sierra Cosworth, yeah.
My dad had one of these, but he had the four-door because he was a financial advisor and he was sensible.
Oh, okay.
And I remember he said he bought it from Ford in Skipton and then came back and told the guy who did the insurance at work and he had an absolute fit.
Yeah.
Because they're like probably the most stolen car of its era. So obviously, whale tail, and that's all I know.
So, yeah, three-door Sierra Cosworth. We bought this off the original owner. It's 23,000 miles, 24,000, something like that. Again, unmodified, dash is without cracks, headlining isn't sagging. It's just a really, really nice original example. The only thing we've had to do in terms of any paint or anything is paint the grille, which is why the badge is off. Other than that, it's totally original everywhere.
So what this?
This here.
Oh, you painted the whole, the full surround. Yeah.
But we've got the badge to go back on.
What a lovely thing to, forget numbers, forget how much it is, what you bought it for, that sort of stuff. What a lovely thing to still see.
Yes.
In such good condition.
We dry iced it underneath.
Oh, yeah,
just because the underside condition is lovely. But it had like the original wax in places that over time gets road grime stuck to it, looked a bit dirty in places.
Get it.
It's cleaned up so nice. So the original owner, we're going to have him come back and see it. Now it's all been detailed and the dry icing done and stuff. He's going to come over and see the car.
That'll be
sort
nice
of all
for
finished.
him. Yeah. This is a limited edition E92.
Kind of. Oh. So this is, it's not a GTS, but it's in the GTS Fire Orange.
Right, okay. Fell into the trap. No spoiler.
Yes, no spoiler.
Right.
So it's a E92 M3 comp. I'm sure I'm right in saying that they made 15 in this colour.
Okay.
And this is a super low mileage one.
Is it a JDM car?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they were this colour 15 in Japan.
Right, okay.
I think I'm right in saying this is about 2,000 miles. Again, this one hasn't had all the preps, not been machine polished or anything yet.
That hasn't been polished.
But it's lovely, yeah.
Typical Japanese car, as a rule. Yes. It's got a massive mirror, is that just me?
That's Japanese for you. They always put rear view mirror extenders on.
Right,
I don't know why.
Interesting. No, fair enough. And then this...
This is a limited edition E92.
This is sold, isn't it?
Yes,
I follow
this is
you
sold.
intently. Yeah. Yes.
So this is a DTM. They made 54 of these.
Yes.
I think I'm right in saying. So they're all JDM, got right-hand drive. I can't remember if it was 6 or 15. Either way, very small number of right-hand drive. Came in this frozen black.
Yes.
It's not a wrap, it is paint. Carbon roof, obviously, with the decals across the roof, across the bonnet. Loads of differences inside, lots of carbon, Alcantara. Decals on the rear quarter windows, gloss black wheels, exhaust tips, blah, 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 blah.
Mega.
Clio V6, that's not ours. That's customers.
Gorgeous colour.
We've had quite a few of these. Yeah, fantastic colour.
Liquid yellow.
Probably the best colour for one.
Yes. They look dead in silver for me.
Yeah,
Sorry if you've
agreed.
got a silver one. It's just a Clio. Here is just a Clio.
It's bizarre.
Nothing, is it?
And when you stand behind one and you look at it square on from the back, you can see a Clio 182 that has driven into a body kit.
Yeah, it's absolutely, from the back. They are so cool. So cool. And sat next to, is it a Mark 1 GT that is, isn't it, Mark 1?
Mark 1 GTE.
Yeah.
One owner, 19,000 miles.
It's a museum of a place. It'd be locked, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it'd be locked. Yeah.
It looks it.
Yeah, they're all locked.
Oh, I just wanted to sniff it.
It does smell like an old Vauxhall.
Oh.
Yeah. And then behind, we got
CRX.
a low mileage CRX.
Like it, never really got excited by them.
I had a CRX with a Wings West body kit, Lexus
My
tail
guy.
lamps.
Yes, Lexus lamps.
yeah. And they look terrible on these because there's a whole,
It's awful, yeah.
had a Jap can on it, and
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was the best thing since sliced bread until I found loads of holes underneath it.
Sounds. Are they a 1.6 VTEC?
Yeah, 1.6, yeah.
Yeah, they are. I love that they've got the VTEC grab handle.
yeah.
When you're kicking in. Lovely. But for me, a shoe.
Yes.
A shoe of a car.
Yes.
What a cool looking thing that is.
Lots of Schnitzer bits on it.
Right, okay.
So all the front bumper, wheels, AP racing brakes,
yeah.
Schnitzer exhaust, spoiler, a couple of interior bits as well.
Did they do an auto? Are they all manual?
I think they're all manual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think these haven't had their run.
I agree. Yeah. I think it'll come.
Yeah. And the colour as well.
Yeah, best colour.
Pastoral blue.
Yes. Yeah.
What's your favourite in here? Oh. There's the question. What's your favourite in here? Comment in the comments below. But go on, if you had to make a call, mate.
Ooh. I would probably be outside of what most people would expect, and I'd go with that.
Would you? Interesting.
I think so.
That's where I'm nodding.
The 22B and the R34 would be very close behind it,
Yes.
but I think that would be top.
You can daily that comfortably.
Yeah, you get through some rear tyres.
Yes.
But, yeah. But I like everything in here for different reasons.
No, I agree. But I think that, for me, I don't want to sound like I'm just following in your footsteps there, is the ultimate package in here. Whereas everything else you compensate, you've got to compensate for something in each one of these, haven't you?
You could have loads of fun in it.
Yes.
You could go do your shopping in it.
Yeah.
You could turn up to a wedding in it. You could do pretty much everything in it.
Yes.
Whereas
And she'd never know. it's just a black Merc.
she would know, because you'd just be on opposite lock everywhere with smoke billowing off the back. But
Oh, these tyres are a bit iffy, love. I don't know what's going on. But for either that or the 22B, obviously,
Yeah,
because I've just
yeah.
got a massive love for them. I appreciate you walking us around this.
That's all right. That's all right.
Thank you. If you've not seen the full video of going around Richard's business, then you'll. Where did the name Appreciating Classics come from?
I have to give props to Steve for that. That was him. It just
Nailed it.
Yeah, we were just sat chatting, throwing things out there.
Yeah.
And he just said Appreciating Classics, and him and Carly were like, that is it.
Just works
Yeah,
on every
yeah.
level, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mega. But no, I appreciate it. If you've not seen the video, we'll link the video, or we've not done the video yet. I don't know which way we're on doing this, but look at the channel. There's a big long one in there. And also we've looked at some other special cars at your place. But again, thank you so much for your time, mate.
Likewise.
Really appreciate it. Thank you. And we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.